Hi everybody, welcome to Kat's Cooking Kitchen, and today for dinner I'm going to make green beans, potatoes, and smoked sausage in one pot. And this is just a really easy meal. All you have to do is, I like to boil mine or cook mine down in stock. So I'm going to use my beef stock today, and I'm going to use 2 boxes. And if that isn't enough, I'll add water. Well, I know it's not going to be enough broth, but I wanted a beefy slant to it. A lot of people use ham hocks or an old ham bone, anything to give your beans flavor. I like to use sausage sometimes pork, and it just depends. And sometimes I just use chunked ham. What we're going to do is we're going to start my beans on medium heat. Somebody had my salt. Oh, sorry about that. I left it over here by my KitchenAid. Okay, I'm going to just generously salt. That's probably a teaspoon or 2. I'm going to add my green beans. And let me show you what that looks like. There we go. That's what it looks like. I'm going to add probably 8 cups of water. There's 8 cups of broth in there. So I'm just going to use my bowl that I have dirty. I'm going to fill it up with some water. And these are going to need to cook a good long time till they're tender, and maybe about 45 minutes before I want to eat dinner, I will add the potatoes, and about 45 minutes to an hour before. Depends on the size of potatoes my husband brings home. And then the sausage just has to get good and hot. So, okay. Oh, that looks good. I think that's just the right amount. 2 boxes of stock and 8 cups of water. These have all been washed. I snapped them and washed them before I started the video. So we're good to go. Everything's set. So I will be back when it's ready to put in the potatoes. So going to need a little bit of time on these beans. It does take them a while to cook down. I'll be back in a second. Hi, welcome back. I just wanted to show you that we've been going about a half an hour, and I turned it down on low to let it simmer. And we've got it going really good, so I'll be back when it's time to add in our potatoes. I hope you're all having a good afternoon. Really hot here. Sun's shining, but I hear there's a severe thunderstorm warning out, so I'm keeping an eye on the skies. You guys do the same thing if you're in our Huntington area. Plus, I get to watch all my little hummingbirds feed at the feeder. Since it's getting later in the summer, they feed a lot more often than they were. They start leaving mid-September, maybe. It's hard to tell because we leave our feeders up so late for all the northern birds who stop by looking for food on their way south. But it's getting late in the year, and I'm sad to see summer leaving us so quickly. So I shall be back. Hang in there, everybody. Hi, welcome back. we're going to add some onions and some pepper to our cook. I've got only about a half a tablespoon left. Let's see if I can measure it. Here's my 2 tablespoon measure. Yeah, just about a half to 3/4 tablespoon of black pepper is all I've got. I've got some finer pepper I can put in if I think it needs it. And some chunked onion. I probably should have put this in a little earlier, but I like some of my stuff to still have a little bit of texture. We've been going for about a little over an hour on low. Things are getting pretty well done. And this is all I did with my onion. After I cleaned it, I just slice it in 1/4 inch or so slices, half moon slices, and then I go across the top and chunk it. And you don't have to break them apart. They will break apart in the broth that's cooking. And my husband Dave brought me home some little mini red potatoes that'll work perfectly in this, and some smoked sausage that I'll cut up into bigger than coin. Probably, well, I'll show you when I cut them up. I'll just bring you back online when I'm cutting it up and getting ready to add both the potatoes and the sausage. I'm going to let this go another 30 minutes. The beans are pretty well cooked. Smells really good. Oh, I wanted to put a little garlic in it, but I forgot this when I started it. Let's just do about a half a tablespoon of garlic in there. It's a big pot. I mean, I have like 2.5 pounds of beans in this pot, so we're going to get more than one meal out of this. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for now, and I'll be back again shortly. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Everything's cooked. The beans are ready. The broth is cooked down to about half of what it was, which is perfect. And I've got my little red potatoes. They're all washed and ready to go in. And my sausage. Some people cut them into coins. I like to cook them little like thumb size chunks. And it just doesn't take very long. Somewhere between a half hour to 45 minutes. As soon as those potatoes are tender, everything's done, and it'll be dinner time. So that's all there is to it. It's an easy one-pot meal. Very little cleanup, very little work. Watch your pot. If the stock gets too low, you'll want to add a couple cups of water to it. I don't like mine too soupy. So there you go. That and maybe a slice of bread and butter, and you've got dinner. Really, really, really good. And so easy. And even when you can't get fresh green beans, I've used canned. They don't have to cook as long, of course. I mean, you can put everything in at the same time because green beans in a can are already cooked. So you can have this meal done in 30, 40 minutes if you use the really tiny. Did I show you how tiny those were? Use those really tiny red potatoes. There they are. Not fit in About fit in there. That's all the bigger they are. And they carry them at our Walmart. And I want to thank my girl, Brenda Whitaker, for the beans. Thank you, sweetheart. We adopted each other, so now I have a girl, and she has a mama too. So I call her my daughter number one, and she calls me mama too. And she was so generous as to give me this big bowl of beans to put on for dinner tonight, and all I had to do was snap them and wash them. So that's it for today. Just had a big old storm go through Huntington. Came up on just out of nowhere to me. There's woods behind me, so I don't see the black clouds creeping in, and I was out here in the kitchen stirring and checking on stuff. Went in, sat down. When my husband came in from Walmart and doing some shopping, he said he barely made it home in time. And I said, in time for what? He said, the storm. And I said, what storm? I didn't have any idea what he was talking about. And I looked outside, and the trees were all bending over. The wind was blowing. Oh my gosh, I don't know how fast the wind was blowing. It was blowing. And then it just poured buckets for a while. But now it's cleared up, and it's bright outside, and hopefully the rain's over. We could use a slow, steady rain one of these days, not these big, gushy downpours. So, all right. Have a great evening, y'all. We're going to enjoy our fresh green beans, potatoes, and sausage. And I'll see you when I do the next recipe. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate y'all so very much. Let me know if you try a recipe. Let me know if you liked it or didn't like it. Or, if there's something you want to see, let me know. I'll make it. It's not a big deal. I love to show you how to do things like this. So easy. Simple and easy. That's my philosophy right now. So you guys take it easy. Have a great night. See ya.